Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Megan Bentley and I'm the events coordinator for the Elizabeth Dole Foundation. We are excited that you are able to join us for today's webinar series, the Caregiver Community Connection C3, presented by the Elizabeth Dole Foundation and powered by our partners at Wounded Warrior Project. We're also very pleased to have the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs join us as partners for this series as well. Today's C3, Maintaining Balance, Online Yoga for Caregivers, will feature Sonia Guidata with Yoga for Caregivers. Before we get started, I want to mention to all attendees that this session is recorded and it will be available in the Guides tab on HHCC or on our website. Also, we would love to hear suggestions on future topics to discuss and speakers to feature. If you have any ideas, please send them to us via email at events@elizabethdolefoundation.org. With all of that said, we will take questions towards the end. Today's moderators, Marianne Delatour and Tina Cordova, will be hanging out in the chat box. Be sure to submit any questions using the Q&A box located in the Zoom control panel. We will be taking note of all of your questions to get them answered live during our Q&A. Today, we'll be selecting several winners from our webinar participants during the episode. To enter into drawing, engage with us in the chat. Today's winners will receive a free Hidden Heroes yoga mat or an Amazon gift card. Today's C3 features closed captioning. If you would like to disable it, go to the live transcript button in the Zoom control panel and click Disable Auto Transcription. It can be disabled at any time during the webinar. Before we get started, I want to give a quick shout out to those caregivers joining us from the San Diego area who are participating as part of the San Diego VA Virtual Caregiver Resource Fair. Now, without further ado, please join me in welcoming Sonia as we get started. Sonia, take it away.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm so glad you are tuning in to join us. We're going to be doing some chair yoga today. So you'll want a chair. And I'd like you also to go get a dish towel if you don't have one already. If you can walk down quickly and go get a dish towel from the kitchen or from the linen closet, it would be very helpful because we're going to spend today opening up shoulders and upper back, opening up thoracic space, rib cage, so we can breathe better, and then moving into our hips and our low back. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to move across the studio and get started. Thanks for everyone who's joining us, all the new folks who are coming into us through the VA programming. Yay, so glad you heard about us. And yay, especially to the San Diego group for deciding that you wanted to come play. Okay, come into your chair. Sit at the front edge of the chair, please. And have most of your leg bone off the chair seat. And then lean forward and take a look down at your feet and walk your feet forward enough that the ankles are below the knees. This is our seated foundation to be able to sit comfortably, to be able to move our pelvis, to be able to lift our spinal column, our back up out of our hips. This is seated pose. Rest your hands on your lap, palms down, lift your ribs away from your waistline, soften your shoulders even as you open the collarbones. Drop your chin just slightly as if you're clearing your throat. And you might even hear the exchange or hear the connection happening if you have any fluid in your sinuses, or sometimes we hear our ears snap and crackle and pop. So when you lower your chin, it actually extends and lengthens the back of the neck and the sides of the neck, and it lines up our ears over our shoulders. And that allows everything to be as open and extended as possible. Sit here for a breath, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Open the mouth and just let it sigh out. Let's do 2 more. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, sigh it out. Inhale again, exhale, sigh. So good. Now, let's begin actually moving the body. I'm going to turn my chair sideways and I'm going to get my clock so that I know that we're on time. I realize that didn't set up my clock, so we don't want to be here all day, but I would have a great time. So sit on the front edge of the chair so that you've got room behind you so that we can move the body, and the ankles are below the knees. Inhale, extend the spine long, lift up, stretch your spine as long as you can reach it. Lean forward slightly, open up your heart space and your lung space, and then maybe even slide your elbows back and squeeze them together so that you can feel the upper back engage. Breathe here. Big, deep breaths. Inhale to lengthen and exhale. Now we're going to roll back. Now roll on your tailbone, tuck under, curl your spine, bring your chin to your chest and feel the stretch. Reach your arms out, press your navel against your back into your spine and curl here. Breathe into your kidney space. Feel that back line on the back side. When you're ready to breathe in, inhale the next time. Let's sit up long and tall, extend, reach the spine long, inhale forward. Exhale now, curl, tuck, roll. 3 more. Inhale, long spine, reach forward, slide the elbows back, squeeze the shoulder blades behind your ribs. Exhale, curl, tuck, roll. 2 more, I think. I lose count when I'm talking. Inhale, long spine forward. Exhale, curl the spine back. Let's do 1 more. Inhale, long spine, leaning forward, stretching, extending. Exhale now, curl, round, roll back. Oh, so good. Come back to central, to neutral now. And I'll turn again so you can see it differently. And so now let's do side body. The spine moves in 6 directions. So we just moved in 2 directions. We moved forward and back, extending and flexing. Now we're going to go from side to side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lean over. Bring one hand to the chair, to the seat of the chair, and then continue to lean, 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 lean. Breathe here. Find your feet, press your feet into the floor. Now, pay attention to your hips, and one hip might be leaning up off the chair seat. So press both hips down, put both sits bones down, level the pelvis on the chair. Now, push into the ribs. So push into the ribs, even as we pull away in the stretch. Breathing here, so good. Opening up this long side body. Sometimes I can feel it from my knees through my hips and waist and ribs and armpit and elbow all the way, and come back to center. Whew, let's do the other side. Inhale, sweep the arms out wide to the side. Big, big stretch. Big, reach up for the ceiling, lean back, and then exhale, come over to the other side now. Bottom hand holds onto the chair. We don't want to fall out. Well, falling out is frowned upon in this establishment. Lean over, lean as far as you can. Press your feet into the floor. Squeeze the legs slightly, squeeze into the midline as if you have a pillow of air right here between, a little cushion right between your knees. Just squeeze in as if you're holding it between your knees. Now, settle the pelvis. Press the sits bones into the chair seat. Push into the ribs and pull yourself over. Breathe here. Yoga in Sanskrit, yog means yoking or union. And it's the connecting of opposites. So here we are pushing and pulling ourselves at the same time. Breathe. Big breath, and then come back up to sitting. Whew, and feel that flush that happens. That's what is so important and significant to help our healing, our immune system, our recovery, our aging, is when we use our muscles to flush and push all of our body parts and fluids so that we get what we need in the circulation. Let's do both sides again, each side. Inhale, reach up, exhale, come over, find your way. Now you know, go all the way, then settle the pelvis, then push into the ribs, reach over, stay here if you like, or join me for 3 rounds of breath and rotation. So inhale, move the elbow out of the way so you can look up at the ceiling. Exhale, turn and look at the floor and reach that arm out straight. Ooh, and you'll feel your core engage, your transverse abdominis, your obliques. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down and reach. Ooh. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. I'm always surprised at how much effort it is. Can you feel it on your side body? Ooh, it's a workout. Who knew we could get so strong sitting in our chair? Let's do the other side. Inhale, arms up, reach, breathe. Exhale, come over to the other side. Hand on the chair, find your way all the way over, then settle the hips, then push into the ribs, then lean, integrate all of your body parts here. Breathe, stay here to enjoy it, or explore with me 3 rounds of breath. Inhale, move the elbow back slightly so you can look up. Exhale, turn and look at the floor and reach that arm out straight. Ooh. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down and reach. Ooh. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down and reach. Oh, feel that engagement, feel that strength training that we have happening right here in our core, which is really important because the core supports our back. So if you have back injury or back pain, we really have to work on side body and front body to help it all out. So let's help that right now by moving our hips slightly. I would like you to slide one hip back. And so I'm going to turn sideways again so that you can see the difference. So I'm going to slide one hip back. The feet stay where they are next to each other, but we're getting a little cattywampus, a little crooked. So now our hips are crooked. And so our torso and ribs naturally are looking over one thigh now in the direction of one knee, which is fine. Let's open up the back shoulder, 3 rotations, 3 circles. Lift that elbow up, inhale, and then reach back and come down, exhale. Inhale up, exhale back and down. One more. Inhale up, exhale back and down. Now you choose how much effort you want. You can reach that arm out straight with the thumb up and a big, wide starfish hand, big, wide, strong hand. Reach the thumb up and hold it here. Or you can hold onto your chair and make sure you're opening up that shoulder, bringing that elbow back behind you. Or you can place your hand on your back pocket, but move that shoulder back and over. We're opening up the side body and the front chest, the upper pecs, and we're engaging the upper back to help all of this movement. So you choose where you want your hand to be. The front arm reaches across the lap. Find your way under the thigh, behind the knee, and then pull in, grab a handful of those hamstrings. Inhale here, long spine. Exhale, check your chin as if you're clearing your throat. And then slowly glide your nose to look over the back shoulder. Yes, ma'am. Reach here and breathe. Press your feet into the floor. Sit up tall. And then come out of it. Oh, so good. All right, let's do the other side. I'll turn around so you can see it again. Okay, place your feet so that the ankles are below the knees. We have a space between the knees, but we're going to squeeze in. We're going to squeeze in as if we're engaging the lat. And you can feel the difference. If you're sitting soft and your hands are on your legs, you can squeeze your legs muscles and feel that they're soft. And the minute you press your feet into the floor, you'll feel the legs get strong. And then if you squeeze into the center, you'll feel your legs engage. And so with that muscular movement, we set the foundation. Okay, slide one hip back. Very nice. Now let's open up. We're going to open up this side so that we can turn into the twist. So 3 rotations. Inhale, arm up, elbow up. Exhale, back and down. 2 more. Inhale, elbow up over the head, reach the hand, back and down. 1 more. Inhale, elbow up, reach back. And now you choose, once again, arm reaches straight out. It requires a lot more engagement. You're holding yourself up, strong core, strong back, and you're opening up this shoulder space, this shoulder girdle. Or you hold on to the chair and you use the chair to help lengthen the spine and open up your shoulder. Or you bring your hand and rest it on your back pocket. But beware the arm falling forward. I want you to shrug that shoulder back and get firm in this, get really sassy. Front arm reaches across the lap, grab under the thigh behind the knee, get a handful of those hamstrings that you feel, those strong muscles there. Inhale, long spine, sit up as tall as you can. Exhale, check your chin, slide your throat back and glide your nose to look over that back shoulder. Be here for 2 more big, deep breaths, reaching and pressing the floor with the feet. From the pelvis, extend the spine up long and tall. So good. And then come forward. Whew, how was that? That's some good stuff. So now we're going to do some movement with hips and pelvis. So I want to call attention to your positioning and the chair you're on. If you put one hand on your hip and one hand on your knee, we want hip and knee to be level or hip to be slightly higher. You'll see that my hip is slightly higher than my knee. Because I have a low back injury, I'm a combat veteran and service injured. So because I have a low back injury, my hips and my low back don't like to move very much or open my hips, my knees, unless I'm higher. So that's going to be the same for you. If you are feeling stiff, then make sure you find a way. We don't have phone books anymore, so cushions and pillows or folded towels or folded beach towel or bath towel. Sit up taller. So now you notice my hip is even higher than my knee. And that allows more movement now. So open your legs, open your knees, place your feet on the floor, heels underneath the knees, same again. Hands on the thighs. I'll turn a little more side forward so you can see me. Hands on the legs, pointy elbows. Move a little from side to side. Let's warm up as if we're shifting over to listen to one side and then shifting over to listen to the other side. Do it again. Each side, feeling that stretch. Are you feeling it here in the side body? We can feel it. Sometimes those connections and attachments in our waistline, in our back. Inhale, long spine here. Let the heart open the heart, lift the lungs, and then slowly come down forward between the legs, between the knees. So good. And then let's come up. So now bring your chin to your chest and slowly curl back, roll back, just like we did when we started class, but now we're doing wide-legged. So inhale, long spine, really stretch that spine long, extend it, open up the ribs, open up the lung space. Breathe here as we slowly come down between the legs. And then curl, roll back, bring your chin to your chest, round the spine, and use your hands on your legs to slowly lift up. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, down. Breathe as you need so that we can take our time coming down, allowing that low back to have some movement and some stretch and some demand. Breathing here, we're going to stay midway. And now we're going to visit each side again, just like we did sitting upright. So bring your torso over, bring your belly and chest to look over one knee, visit that thigh. and the other arm, the shoulder falls forward, I tend to use this hand to push against that leg. So do that now. Visit that thigh and curiously just push into that thigh bone. Allow that hip to have some movement. Come back to center. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, come down low and bring the belly and the ribs over the other leg. Visit here and let's press into the distant leg. Pushing the hand gently on the inner thigh, just moving it so that it gets some space, some opening, and some love. Come back to center, and we're going to rise up again, curling. Curl the spine, bring your chin to your chest, and roll up. All right, now we're ready to visit some more. We're going to come all the way down. Inhale, arms up. Big stretch, reach back a little bit. Look up at the ceiling. Wiggle your fingers as if you're trying to tickle the ceiling. Breathe here. On your next inhalation, stretch. And exhale, we're going to come forward and squeeze that box of air as if you're holding an invisible box of air. Squeeze it. Squeeze it. Can you feel it? Reach it out. Reach, reach, reach. And then let's lift it up again. Inhale, hold that box up. Exhale, place it down as if there's a table right here in front of us. 2 more. Inhale, reach that box of air up. Exhale, reach it down. Inhale, reach that box of air up. Exhale, place it on the table. Now we're going to shift body weight. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, now we're going to lean as if we're offering, as if we're passing this box of something delicious. I don't know, chocolate chip cookies, or maybe fruit slices, watermelon. Oh, all the way over to one side. Are you feeling your torso taking this? And feel the strength. Push the feet into the floor. Feel the strong legs as you come now to center. And we're going to rise up again. Inhale, bring it up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring it down, and let's visit the other side now. Reach it out as if everybody in the room can take a sampling, bring it all the way over, all the way around. This is core work. This is abdominals and side body helping the back. Whew, so good. Bring the hands to the thighs and push yourself up. Whew. Wiggle around a little. Feel all of that work that we did. And so let's shake. So we're going to shake lots of different ways because they do different things for our brain and our body. The neuroscience research is amazing at this mind-body connection. So first we're going to wave like we're kids or Muppets. Wave, wave, wave. Wave the hands back and forth, wave, wave, wave. Then we're going to flap. So now we're flapping or drumming, drum, drum, drum from one side over to the other. Then turn the hands upside down, and now we're flapping again, but it's the back of our hands that we're flapping down, and the palm of our hands is up. Now we're going to chop. So chop, 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 back and forth from one side to the other. And then we're going to shake as if our hands are wet, and we get the whole body into it. Raise the arms up, get the shoulders up, feel it in your ribs, feel it in your belly. Shake, shake, shake it off. Really good to engage all of those little muscles that don't always get to do much in our day. Whew. Okay, now we're going to come forward again. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, down halfway. If you have heart history, then you need to stay level. Head and heart and knees stay level right here. And you can bring your fingertips to the floor and hold yourself up. And this will be lovely for you. And you want to soften and drape, let your body get heavy, even as your arms are holding you. Your arms are holding you up like stanchions or like pillars. And you can even let your ribs sink. You can feel as though you're sort of sinking between your strong arm bones. Let your belly be soft. Let your back release. You can press your feet into the floor to engage your back and then soften again. If you do not have heart history, you can come lower. Maybe walk the arms out farther away. Let your head hang down and feel your torso pouring or draping out of the chair like a waterfall. Your spine is just falling down and lengthening, flowing, releasing. Breathe here, whichever position you're in. 2 more big, deep breaths. If you're draping, walk your hands back under your face and come halfway so that everyone meets together. And now we're going to do some more core work, and you choose how much work you want. Hands on the legs is the least work because your arms are going to help you rise up. No hands, hands up is medium work, and arms out long is the most work. Press your feet into the floor. Be sure you, from your pelvis, push down through your legs. Feel that strength, feel that foundation. Inhale to prepare, and exhale, rise up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew, everyone, sweep your arms up wide, reach up, and exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do this again. We're going to go down the same way, slow motion. So you choose arms out. That's the most effort. Arms back. That's medium effort. Hands on the thighs, that are hands on the legs, on the lap. That is the least effort, but it still works you. So you choose what you need today. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw up, feel the floor beneath your feet. Draw that energy up the legs into your pelvis, and then from the pelvis, extend the spine long. Wherever you're positioning your hands, extend the spine as long as you can. Bring your chin into your chest just enough that you can feel the back of your neck extend. Bring one hand to the floor under your face. I'll switch sides so you can see. One hand to the floor under the face, the other hand on the thigh. Push down and pull toward the knee. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, slowly, curiously, gently turn. Look over that elbow, that shoulder. Breathe here. Come back to center. We're going to rise up again for core strength and for back health, for back strength. You choose how much work you want to engage. I'm going to go medium. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, push down from the pelvis, push down the energy down those strong legs, push into the floor, rising up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone, inhale, arms out wide, reach up. Lean back, exhale, hands to heart center. We're doing it again. We have the other side to visit. Inhale, arms up, wide, reach back. Exhale, we're coming forward. You choose. I'm going to do medium. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we are halfway. The other hand now comes to the floor under our face. Hand on the thigh. Push down, pull toward the knee. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, check your chin and slide the nose to look over that elbow, over that shoulder. Press the feet into the floor. Extend the spine long. Breathe. Feel the firm foundation, feel the strength and the lengthening. Come back to center slowly, allow the integration. Last time in this configuration, rising up, you choose how much you want. Maybe challenge yourself, do the one step more that you haven't. Inhale, long spine. Exhale from the pelvis, push down through those strong legs, rising up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach back, stretch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Whew. Always entertaining. We're going to bring one elbow down now onto a knee. Have it be 90 degree and spread your hand wide, big, wide, strong hand. And then the other hand pushes away into that thigh, but opens up. It's as if we're making the same opening movement, but the hand is on the thigh. So make that opening movement, push the hand into the thigh, and then lean into, you might need to reposition, sort of open a little wider. Lean onto this front knee, and this back leg is long. And now reach that arm up over the ear, over the head. Maybe this leg rotates down now. You're going to feel as if we're sort of shifting the knee to look down at the floor so that we can reach and create this long side stretch. Side angle, seated chair side angle. So I'm kind of just the corner of the chair. I have to get a little crooked on the chair so that the chair seat isn't poking my legs, so that I can be in this pose, breathing here. Whew, come out of it and upright, and let's change sides. So shift your hips or shift your legs so that one leg opens, sort of one leg is going outward, and this leg is going to come down inward. And then I can lengthen it a little bit and position the toes or the foot on the floor. Front arm, 90 degree elbow bent, push into that thigh, push down, raise the ribs up. We're opening up this lung space so that we can breathe more deeply. Open up that back shoulder, and then perhaps reach the arm overhead. Stretch, long side angle. Breathe here. Maybe turn the chin or the ribs to look up at the ceiling. Breathe. Press the feet into the floor, especially that supporting foot, the front leg. Push it into the floor. Feel your hips open. Breathe. Come out and up to center. Whew, so good. Now, perhaps we can practice a seated pigeon. Cross one foot over, one ankle over the other thigh. And then draw the toes back, spread the toes apart. Feel that musculature, feel what's happening in the feet. When you pull the toes back, pull the foot back, flex that ankle, and spread the toes as if you're trying to flare all your toes. Hands on the hips now. Feel the difference if we round and curl back, or if we sit up tall, and come forward from the hips. So the spine stays long and straight. Let me turn a little sideways so you can see. So we might round here to get here. Sometimes I have to round in order to get my foot up here. But then we want to see how much can we raise the ribs away from the waistline? How tall can we extend the torso? And then open the lungs, open the heart space, and sit upright and come forward from the ribs. Bring the ribs forward. We're not folding forward. We're sitting up and bringing the shoulders back. Hands on the hips, lean forward. Whoo, you're going to feel it. You'll feel it right away. And if you're a runner or a cyclist, you'll feel it right here in the IT band. Sometimes I find that if I wiggle a little, shift from side to side, because I have that lumbar vertebra and disc injury, that if I shift a little from side to side, it helps my pelvis, it helps my hips get adjusted. Breathing here. Oh, so good. You can feel all the heat that we generate. Let's do the other side. I'm going to turn around so that I do not offend anyone with the bottom of my foot. Okay, so now it's the other side. So here's the other tip. If this is too hard for you, if you can't get that leg crossed, if you are too tight here, sit up even higher, sit up even higher. Get your hips higher than your knees, get your hips higher, and it's helpful. If that still doesn't work for you, there are some modifications that we can do, and I'll show you standing, what you can do for standing. So you'll notice this is my injured side, so my knee's a lot higher. My knee's a lot higher, closer to my ribs now. Flex that foot, flex that ankle, draw the toes back. round to settle in it, and then bring the spine long, extend the spine from the hips, extend up, raise the ribs away from the waistline, lift your armpits, and then soften your shoulders, open your collarbones, breathe here, move your ribs forward. Whoo, feeling it, feeling it in all of this spaces right here. Draw that foot back, spread those toes, flare the 4th and 5th toe in particular, because that activates the fibularis. It helps protect our knee. So good. Breathing here. Whoo, this is like eating wasabi or chile jalapenos or chiltepine or a good tamal. Makes your eyes water, right? It's that kind of pose. Whew, come out of it. Wiggle a little from side to side. We're going to visit each side one more time. So here we go. It feels better the 2nd and 3rd time. It really does. Cross that first leg again, first side. Here we go. Check your foundation. Make sure that that supported foot ankle is below the knee. So get that foot farther out than you might think. We spend a lot of time tucking our feet underneath us when we're sitting, and we want feet firm and forward for a foundation, strong foundation. Okay, draw that toe back. So we want to flex that foot, flex that ankle, spread the toes, flare them. Okay, inhale, long spine, raise the ribs, open up the lung space, and come forward. Ooh, it's easier the 2nd time. Shift a little from side to side if you need to. Allow the pelvis to adjust in this space. Maybe we're ready to place the hands on the leg. Don't push, just rest. Rest the hands and arms, that the body weight enough, you'll feel the difference, especially if it's tender. If you're feeling it tender here, don't push, just rest. Maybe you're flexible enough, I don't know that I am today, but you might lean forward. I can't quite get there. You might come onto your elbows. You might be just fine leaning forward, resting on your elbows, pushing your thigh bones back, releasing that low back, releasing the tailbone, show off the back pockets. Breathe here. Squeeze the legs into the midline. Remember that invisible pillow, that invisible cushion between our knees? Squeeze in. Feel that difference. Feel that engagement of the inner thigh. So powerful. So good. Push the foot into the floor. Flex this foot that's crossed. Oh, so good. Come on out. All right. Other side. Too much fun sitting. Making our eyes water. Find your way to the 2nd side. And here we go. You might round to get started, wiggle a little from side to side, and then get that pelvis moving and tipping. Get that tailbone out of the way. Show off the back pockets, raise the ribs away from the waistline, hollow the armpits, but drape the shoulders, open the collarbone, open your heart. And then lean forward just slightly, or just sort of bring the ribs forward. Maybe rest the hands. Don't press or push, just rest the hands on that leg in front. Maybe you're feeling ready. I know I can't on this side. Maybe you're feeling ready to bring your elbows and rest and lean forward on your elbows, across on your shin bone. Breathing. 2 more breaths. Squeeze the legs into the midline. Engage that center. Feel that core. Feel that line of strength. Press the foot into the floor, draw the toes back on the foot that's floating. Breathe here. This is strength for functional fitness. This is opening and lengthening for ease, for pain relief. Whew, so good. Come on out of this and let's come to standing. So come on up to standing. And if you have your dish towel, that's what we're going to use in a few minutes. If you don't have your dish towel, if you missed that announcement, you might want to go get your dish towel while we work on some balancing. Let me raise my camera so that you can see me a little better. Okay, so we're going to stand next to the chair and we're going to open up our hips a little more. So you choose if you can grab your shin and hold your leg bone and move your leg bone in your hip socket. If you can do circling, but you're going to be holding onto your chair, hold onto the wall so that we don't fall over. Toppling is frowned upon. We discourage falling over, even though wobbling is okay. But if that is not accessible to you, rest your foot onto the chair, draw those toes up again, really flex that ankle, and then let the leg bone move back and forth in the hip socket. Now you're going to feel this movement. Standing leg has to be soft. We have to do a little dance. Let that knee bend. You're going to feel the quad work. So now we're doing leg strengthening and we're doing hip opening, and it's all good for us. Okay, you've chosen your way of that side. Let's do the other side. So once again, you choose if you're comfortable circling that leg with your arm, or if you're comfortable doing it on its own, getting mobility in that hip socket, then that's your practice. If you prefer the foundation and the support and stability of the chair, then have the foot be on the seat of the chair, draw those toes up, flex that ankle, and now we're going to move back and forth. Standing leg has a bent knee. We're doing a little dance. It allows our torso to move. It allows our pelvis to shift and adjust, and allows the leg bone to move in the hip socket. All right, now we're ready for tree pose. And you choose how you would like to do your tree. Please have, unless you practice, if you practice balancing every day, then you can have hands free. But if you don't practice balancing every day, this is not the time to try it. I would like you, for safety's sake, safety first, I would like you to have one hand on the back of the chair, and then the other leg opens up, the other knee opens up. You can have toes on the floor away from you, like a tripod, or you can bring it up next to your foot, like a kickstand, or you can slide the foot onto your calf muscle, or slide the foot, put the foot up on your thigh muscle, but do not, big red X, do not put it on the knee. Don't push the knee. Do not touch the knee with your foot. It's not good. It can cause injury, but the knee won't tell you. And it feels like it should. You're like, oh, it feels so perfect. No, it's not. So go the more difficult route and stay off the knee. Standing leg is unlocked. Speaking of the knee, unlock the knee. And now one arm reaches up, the free arm reaches up, stretch here, and then we're going to bend. We're going to lean away from the bent leg. Breathe here. Lift your ribs, lift your heart. So good. Come upright, open up that arm now, and let's play around reaching back behind and making some circular motions with that long, straight arm. Palm up, thumb back, moving and coming forward just where you can see in your peripheral vision. So this is playing around a little bit because of my neuroscience background. I like to play around and do lots of things at once. So we are checking our peripheral vision to see where we see our arm, and then reaching it back, down, up and back, reverse direction if you haven't already. Playing around with opening up our shoulder joint, warming it up, and playing around with our vision on our optic nerve. And we are strengthening our leg, our ankle, and our foot, if you're not feeling it already with all this wobbling, by balancing on one leg. Whew, good stuff. Yay. Okay, let's do some hip circles. Hip circles. And then in the other direction, 3 in the other direction, big or slow moving, clunky, find all your cricks and creases. It's never smooth. It's always clunky. I think I teach clunky yoga. That is my style. Let's do tree pose on the other side. Leg opens up. So we have standing supporting leg, unlocked knee. Open up the other leg, bent knee, foot away, foot close, foot on calf, foot on thigh. You choose. Arm up. Stretch and reach, lean over, lean away from that knee, push that knee away, strong leg from the pelvis, push down the standing leg into the floor, from the pelvis. Extend the spine long. Oh, so good. Come upright. Bring the arm out now at shoulder level. Again, turn the palm up, thumb back, and begin making some circular movement, your choice, up high, back far, down low, and coming forward only to your vision, only into your field of vision, checking out your peripheral as we're gazing forward, but playing around with where we can see or feel our arm. This is also playing around with proprioception, which is really good for the aging brain when we feel and see where we are in space. Mind-body connection, really good for our neural pathways. And when you've had enough and your foot is feeling it in all of this balance work, come on out of it. Good job. Okay, let's play around with we're gonna do strength training now. Woo-hoo. Get your dish towel if you have it. And so if you don't have your dish towel, you will modify by having hands at hips or pretending that you have something that you're pulling. So you can pretend and engage the muscles and still get a really good workout by pretending. But if you have a dish towel, it helps. It always helps. So we're going to start out having it right here at the hip, right here at the groin, at the hip crease. And I'm going to turn sideways so that you can see. So it's at my hip crease. Bend your knees and push your hips back. We're going to exaggerate this because it's really good for the low back. So exaggerate this, bending at the hip. When they talk about hinging, right? Hinging at the hips, this is what we talk about. So bent knees, almost like a squat. And then you'll notice, right, we create this curve here. This is what we need to help relieve all the pressure and pain of the low back. And then bring the shoulders, shrug the shoulders back and bring the elbows back behind. So this is what it looks like. And squeeze, pull, 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 even as we're bending forward, pull, 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 as if we're trying to pull our own hips back. Pull, 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 whoo! Now we're gonna drop our arms down low. So now it's at thigh level, wherever your arms are. Bend the knees again, thigh bones back, and we're just gonna pull apart. So if you're pretending, you can pretend, just pull, pull apart. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna start lifting. So thigh bones back and raise it up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Pull. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're gonna stay here. And there you set. So it's up high, but it's not over my head. I'm not under it. So to get there, we're gonna bend the elbows. Bend the elbows because now you're gonna feel it up here. Do some shoulder shrugs. Do some shoulder shrugs in each direction. And now we're gonna pull it back. And I want you to see what happens on the upper back. This is why we're doing it this way. Ready? Inhale and pull it back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold it here and squeeze. Squeeze your shoulder blades, but pull apart on the towel and push the elbows forward. You see me shaking? This is so good for our upper back. And that's what we have to strengthen because it counters, it helps open us up because we spend so much time rounded. We spend a lot of time rounded and slumping or reaching forward or sitting forward. And we have to strengthen this space in order to open this space so that we can breathe better, so that our lungs can take in all the air that is our VO2 max. So let's be healthy. Open up your chest, move your shoulders back, strengthen your upper back. Oh my gosh, lots of bonuses. Okay, let's try this again. Now that you know what we're doing, we're gonna start down low. And here we go. Take your squat and pull apart and raise it up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to standing, bend the elbows, pull it back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees and push the hips back. We have to be curvy in order for the upper back to open. Our upper back only opens if our lower back does the same. So we've got to be able to do a little dance. So that's what we're going to do here now. So now we're going to go to the side from side to side. Lean over, pull over, and then come up and lean over, pull over. and then come up. Whew, 4 more on each side. Lean over, come up, pulling it apart, lean over, come up. 3 more each side. Let's do it. Lean over, come up, whew. Lean over, come up, lean over, come up, pull it apart, lean over, come up. 1 more. Here we go. Let's make it good. Stretch. Lift that elbow. Pull, 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 pull. Oh, so good. Lean over. Lift that elbow. Oh, pull, pull, pull. Oh, so good. And come on out. Woo! And that's my injured arm. So that one always is a little tricky for me. Okay, let's do some locomotives. So it looks like this. So first we just move our arms and elbows, but you see the shoulder moving. Now we're going to get into it. Now we're going to get crooked and we're going to really go across the body and move our hips at the same time. Go, 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 go. And music stops. And now we're reversing, but we have to start out the same way. Reverse by going straight like this, just reverse. Doesn't look like we're moving much. Then we get a little higher. Then we get into it. Reverse, reverse. Come on, go. Choo, choo, choo. Chugga, 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 chugga. Go, 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 go. Wow. So good. I think we've done all the strength training and movement and opening that is so good for shoulders, for lungs, for back, for hips. So let's take a seat. It's time for Shavasana. Shavasana pose. That's the resting pose. So take a seat in your chair. And I teach alignment-based yoga, and I teach therapeutic biomechanics because of my Army injuries. That's how I came to this. But this pose, there's no alignment. I'm not going to tell you where to put anything other than to be as comfortable as possible. So settle into your chair, lean back, and let yourself soften. In fact, move around a little, wiggle in it. Remind your body that it can release. It can let go. Take a couple big, deep sighing breaths. Drop your gaze to the floor. If you're comfortable doing so, close your eyes. Soften your jaw. Maybe wiggle it from side to side to let it know that it can let go. It can soften. Soften your brow. Soften your tension, the furrowed forehead. So maybe scrunch your eyes a little bit or wiggle your eyebrows or make a face so that you can soften. Call attention to those little parts and pieces that get stuck, that get hardened. Breathe here. I share a reading in my classes that I teach all week. I read from currently, I am liking Young Pueblo a lot. So this was my reading from my classes. When you grow rapidly and experience such deep insights that you can no longer look at yourself or the world in the same way, be kind. Allow yourself the time and space to settle into the new you. That is so important at any stage in our journey of life. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for joining the Hidden Heroes program of Elizabeth Dole Foundation. Thank you for coming to the Community Caregiver Connection or Caregiver Community Connection, C3, Megan will correct me. Thank you for being a part of this yoga brought to you by Yoga for Caregivers. And so close in, perhaps bring your hands together at Heart Center. And I leave you with this loving kindness meta blessing. May we be safe. May we be healthy. May we be at peace. May we be happy. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.
Thank you, Sonia. What a great session. And thank you everyone for joining us. So we did have a couple quick questions come in the chat during the session. And we'll go ahead and get started with those. So we had one individual ask, I'm not an athletic person. Will I get any benefits from doing yoga?
Oh, great question. Yes, absolutely. And I'm sure by now, by the end of the hour, it probably has already answered your question, because it allows us to open. And so first of all, the style of yoga I teach is about pain relief. So it's going to help us relieve our aches and pains, give us more movement, some space, mobility. And with that, then we can achieve strength, which allows us for our functional fitness. That's what gets us through the day. That's what is longevity for the rest of our life journey, is being able to move in our bodies with ease. The more comfortable, the better. The less pain, the better.
Awesome, thank you. We just had a couple quick more. So someone said, I've come to these sessions a couple of times now. Is every session the same?
Oh, another good question. My technique, my style is probably going to be pretty, you'll feel like, hey, this is similar. We just did this. So that is my style. But what's really fabulous about this program is that the Elizabeth Dole Foundation and Hidden Heroes Project and the Yoga for Caregivers program, we have quite a few teachers who are coming in who are a part of this. And so from month to month, there will be a different face showing up, and we each have our own style, our technique, our approach. Next month will be Ellen in September, and she is just lovely. She's such a beautiful person and so soft and sweet and gracious, and you will completely enjoy her style. But it won't be as clunky, and it won't be as it won't be as crooked and clunky as mine.
Awesome, thank you. We just had a couple quick more. So someone asked in the chat, how do I exit out of exercise pose versus just stopping?
I don't know if I'm understanding the question well, but really in any pose, if there's something where you've had enough, if you've had enough in any pose, be sure you're still breathing, right? Yoga is all about connecting the breath to the movement. So with the breath, inhale to prepare, that's always the preparation breath. And then as you exhale, come out of whatever it is you're doing, like move the body, move the muscle, move the body part, soften, sit down if you need to, rest, always as you need.
Awesome, thank you. Well, that is all the questions we have time for today, but if anyone has any questions that we weren't able to answer, feel free to email us at events@elizabethdolefoundation.org, and we'll be able to get those questions answered for you. So before we wrap up, I do want to take a minute to announce our prize winners. So congratulations to Christine Hahn, Maria Selby, Brian Schnick, and Trisha Monahan. Congratulations, giveaway winners. Please email us directly at events@elizabethdolefoundation.org with a good mailing address, and we'll get those prizes to you. So Sonia, is there anything else you want to cover before we wrap up?
I don't think so. If you have any questions and you want to direct it to us that we can answer to you at Yoga for Caregivers, please let us know. We are certainly wanting you to continue being a part of this monthly program with the Elizabeth Dole Foundation and all of the partners here. So if you have any questions unique to you or concerns, please feel free to reach out to us at Yoga for Caregivers. And you can find us on Facebook, and then you can also email me directly.
Awesome, thank you. So, all right, everyone, if you're not already registered with HHCC, we encourage you to join our Facebook group for updates. Our group is an inclusive community for military and veteran caregivers of all service eras. If you care for a wounded, ill, or injured service member or veteran, we would love to welcome you into our community. Just visit hiddenheroes.org/register to get started. Be on the lookout for a follow-up email from us that will include the recording of today's webinar, some of Sonia's resources and organization info, and a link to register with Hidden Heroes. And don't forget to register for next month's session on Tuesday, September 14th. Registration is required for each month's Maintaining Balance yoga session. To register, just visit hiddenheroes.org/C3. The Elizabeth Dole Foundation is excited to announce that our second annual Military Kids Have Talent show is available to view now at hiddenheroes.org/talent. Voting is open until August 16th. Our winners announcement episode will be on September 2nd. Lastly, as a military or veteran spouse, child, parent, or friend, we know your days are packed with responsibilities. Would having an extra pair of hands help free you up to invest a little more time in yourself? Could you make it to that doctor's appointment you've been putting off? Or sit in a park and read a book? Catch up with a loved one? Or just take a break? That's why we launched Respite Relief for Military and Veteran Caregivers, which offers family caregivers of veterans or service members access to free, short-term relief with the help of an in-home care professional. Please connect with us and take advantage of this free opportunity. Again, thank you everyone for joining us today. And a big thanks to our partners at Wounded Warrior Project and the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs for supporting our C3 series. We hope you enjoyed today's C3. Stay in touch and have a wonderful day. Thanks, everyone.